its body coiled tightly into a circle, completely swallowed by the thick dust beside the dirt road. Heavy stones and rough branches rained down, swung by the careless hands of ignorant children. This was a venomous snake. A single strike from its fangs was enough to take a life in the blink of an eye. And yet, it only squeezed, its eyes shut, and endured. It lay there taking every blow, while its scales cracked and bled. It had made a vow not to harm anyone. It promised never to bite. It wanted to live a life of pure compassion, to be the gentlest creature in the forest. But the reward for all that gentleness was a shattered body, left half dead in the dirt. If you believe that staying silent, enduring pain, always smiling, and saying yes to everything will eventually make people love you, are you quietly drinking poison? Today, let us walk into a quiet parable to see why the people who try the hardest to be nice often face the most tragic endings. Where exactly is the line between true compassion and cowardly submission? It was only when the children finally grew bored and walked away that the snake dared to move. It dragged its bruised body through the tearing thorns, inching its way back to the stone steps of the old monk who had taught it the Dharma years ago. Darkness swallowed the quiet forest. The snake's raspy, broken breaths shattered the night air. It collapsed at the base of the monk's cold stone seat. Drops of dark red blood stained the ground. It was crying, not because of the physical agony tearing through its body, but because of a crushing, suffocating sense of betrayal and injustice. In a weak voice, it asked its teacher why it was suffering after doing exactly as it was told. It had given up its venom. It had let go of its anger. It kept its heart pure, refusing to harm a single living being. It had stepped back. It had yielded. It allowed itself to be walked over, just to keep the peace. It was so terrified of hurting others that it shrank itself into a silent, entirely harmless target. And yet, what it received in return was not respect. It was not understanding. It was not love. It was absolute cruelty. When the children saw that it would not fight back, they did not stop. They threw stones harder. They laughed louder. The snake looked up at the old monk with tear-filled eyes. Does holding on to kindness mean you must lay yourself down for the world to walk on? The weight of this trauma crushed the confused creature. It was torn between preserving its goodness and its most basic instinct to survive. It felt as though its kindness had been betrayed by its own unconditional goodness. In the quiet space, only the wind whistled through the falling leaves. The old monk slowly opened his eyes. His calm gaze swept over the torn, bleeding wounds on the snake's back. He did not reach out to comfort it. He did not praise it for its deep spiritual practice. He only shook his head. In his eyes, there was pity, but also the sharp, uncompromising strictness of someone who truly understood the world. His voice was low and heavy. I told you not to bite, so you would not plant the seeds of destructive karma. But you fool, I never forbade you from hissing to protect yourself. Those words struck like lightning, shattering the moral shell the snake had been clinging to. It froze. Throwing away the right to defend oneself is not noble. Allowing others to trample you at will is not patience. It is pure cowardice wearing the mask of compassion. The snake had mistaken its own weakness, its own deep fear of conflict, for the height of spiritual perfection. How many times have you dropped your own right to self-defense, simply because you were afraid of upsetting someone else. Let us step out of that ancient forest and open the door to a cramped office in the middle of a modern city. It is 8 o'clock at night. The cold, blue light of a monitor casts a pale glow on the exhausted face of a programmer. Around him, half the office is already dark. The only sounds are the rhythmic clacking of his keyboard and the relentless ping of work notifications ringing in his ears. He is hunched over, fixing mistakes, carrying the weight of an entire team that happily went home hours ago. He is someone who has never dared to say no. When his boss dumps a massive pile of work onto his desk right before closing time, he nods, terrified of being seen as unenthusiastic. Coworkers push their work onto his desk. He bites his tongue and takes the load. He wants to keep the peace. He wants everything to run smoothly. He tells himself that if he just stays quiet, if he just works hard and takes the loss, eventually people will understand. Eventually, they will appreciate him. But reality never works that way. At the end of the month, the company announces a routine round of layoffs. His name sits right at the top of the termination list. The reason given is cold and simple: lack of initiative and zero leadership skills. Swallowing humiliation to buy a little peace did not make him a saint. It only turned him into the softest doormat for others to drop their burdens on. Silent submission does not bring love. It does not bring respect. It only sends a quiet signal to everyone around you. They have the right to cross your boundaries, to walk all over you, and they will never have to pay a price for it. Faced with the bitter paradox of kindness being trampled, we have to look closer. What exactly is the life or death difference between hissing to protect yourself and biting back? The vital difference lies in the mind. Biting back is an action born entirely from anger. When the snake sinks its venomous fangs into a child's leg, or when you spit out vicious words to retaliate against a coworker, that is the moment you plant a new seed of suffering. You allow the venom of hatred to bite your own soul. But a hiss is an entirely different story. When the snake coils its body, raises its head high, and releases a piercing hiss, it does not cause a single physical scratch. That sound is a boundary of steel. It is the sound of quiet, unwavering authority. It warns the aggressor to stop, indirectly preventing them from creating more destructive karma. Compassion without the wisdom to protect it is just blind enabling. In the Buddhist path, true patience is called Khanti, and Khanti has never meant bowing your head in weakness. It is not surrender. True patience is the quiet power to keep your inner world perfectly still, completely free from hatred or resentment, while taking clear, decisive outward action to stop harm in its tracks. It is time we learn how to hiss. A clear refusal, a straightforward shake of the head, a firm stance to protect your personal space does not make you a bad person. In the suffocating air of the office, the programmer's hand reaches out. Quietly, but decisively, he closes his laptop. It is exactly 6 o'clock in the evening. He stands up, offers a polite smile to the room, and walks out the door, leaving behind a trail of stunned faces. In that exact moment, the image of the snake flashes back. It rises tall, flaring its proud scales, and releases a hiss so powerful that the children drop their stones and step back in fear. You have every right to protect your own goodness without carrying a single drop of guilt. But wait. The story does not end here. Imagine that you have successfully drawn that sharp physical boundary. You have shut the laptop. No one at the office or at home dares to push you around anymore. So why, when you lie in bed at night in the dark, remembering what they did to you, is there still a nameless fire burning in your chest? Why is it that even when your outward defense is successful, your inner wound refuses to close? Drawing a boundary in the physical world is easy, but the boundary of your own mind is incredibly fragile. The uncomfortable truth about the massive ego quietly hiding inside your